Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Web Collection Show. As usual, we hope we can present you the best of what we can from the web and also from here and there. As usual, I would like to welcome my colleagues here in the studio. Engineer Farah, how are you, Engineer?
I'm doing great, and how are you doing tonight?
Thank you very much. What have you got for us tonight?
Tonight I'll be discussing the best Android applications and the iWallet, the latest iWallet that you'd be able to open with your fingerprint, and of course a poem.
Wow, that's sounds interesting. Anyway, let us also welcome my colleague here who is sitting on my left-hand side, Dr. Amna Al-Kud. Dr. Amna, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
What have you got for us tonight?
Tonight, as usual, I have to fly with our viewers with a nice collection of books. It's time to have fun with some of kids' application, and it's time to get some challenges with quotes and wisdom.
Well, that's very interesting, those doses, our dear viewers. Let's go straight to our first segment of the show, that is the personality development. Please stay tuned after the break, as usual, with the big smile and the positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers. Let us go straight to my first segment here. That is the personality development. As usual, we would like to see what we have for you. How to improve your personality? Well, your personality changes many times during your life, although you may not notice it happened. As you grow older, behaviors become ingrained. The key to improving your personality is changing behaviors to reinforce good personality traits and limits negative personality traits. Grab your pen and paper and get ready to, of course, to see what you are doing and what is there which you want to do. Identifying the traits, list your positive personality, of course, the attitudes you are doing and everything. To try to the number of them, of course, important, and confident that you can possess the better one. For example, traits include good listener, outgoing, expressive. Of course, there are thoughtful or intelligent. There are a few things which we need in our life. List your negative personality traits. These are the things that people tend to respond to, or things you think stand in your way. Some people get angry quickly, some people do like this. For example, they are always in a hurry. For example, shy, angry, talkative. Some people talk a lot of the times, judgmental or nervous. Keep in mind that positive and negative are subjective in this scenario. Someone might think they are too outgoing, or that being talkative is a positive thing. Well, this is something we have to take into consideration. Personality changes should be based on your opinions and desires for self-improvement. It is what you think, it's what you want, it is what you aim at. Your goals should be there before you might decide if this is for you good or not. It is most likely harder to make this list than your first list. Well, nobody would like to admit what they have, of course, the negative aspects of their character, but we have to face the facts of life and to be realistic that those things are really harming ourselves, and that is very important to identify if we want to have good personality. Take your time and consider how your personality when you are with others or when you are alone, since this may be the main things you want to change, especially with others. You don't want others to look at you in a strange manner, or look at you somehow the way they look at you, you don't want to be treated as such, because sometimes the look from the eyes, it means a lot. Put a line through anything you don't want to change. Well, sometimes you don't want to change completely. You want to change a few things here and there. Do some fine tuning for your character, and that's it. And try. Everything comes with trial. Never give up from the first time. This can be permanent or temporary. You can't instantly change everything about your personality. Put a star by anything you want to enhance or change. The star is very important. Perhaps you are intelligent, but you would like to become even smarter. Why not? No harm. Let us go for it. Priority is very important. The start items, changing behaviors is best done slowly. Changing a single personality trait at a time through a practice and commitment. There must be practice and full commitment. And I think that is the way to change the personality to the positive and the better, of course, for our lives. Our dear viewers, let us now move to another part of the show. I think there is something interesting in this subject, and I would like to go now for the technology. Please stay tuned after the break with the biggest smile and the positive energy.
premiumbeat.com.
Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Web Collection show. That is the technology part of the show. Let us go straight with Engineer Farah to tell us all about technology. Farah, the floor is yours.
Yes, tonight I'll be discussing the latest and best applications, mobile applications for Android users, especially with the latest Galaxy phone coming out. So the first one I'd like to discuss is called Backdrops. And as you can see, this is a wallpaper application. Basically, most of the wallpaper applications have just basic Google, like images from Google Maps, and here we'd see that each wallpaper is actually designed and it's custom designed for each phone. And what's interesting is that it changes, and you'd be able to change it per day, or for like example, you've got special occasions, you can see the latest ones that come out. Now, the native clipboard as well is very interesting because you'd be able to make the process of copy pasting much easier. As you can see here, instead of copying or pasting one word, you'd be able to do different phrases, and you've got more than 6 at the same time. So you could see like here, you'd be able to use various one like my name, best, and all that, so you could use it. And if you don't want it, all you have to do is click on it, and as soon as you click on it, you could move it, and that's it. Now, as you can see, Portal is the third one, and Portal is by far very interesting and very easy to use because it makes organizing all your folders and files much easier. And as you can see, all you have to do, you have to open the website itself, and then you have to scan a barcode onto your phone. And as soon as you do that, you'd be able to drag and drop, simply just using without any wires, like a wireless, and you'd be able to take whatever type of things that you need. So if you need your folders, you'd be able to simply take it from one place to the other, and it just makes everything much easier. And as you can see here, it's just basically also organizing all your different folders, the different things that you have, if you want to keep it, or if you want to delete it, or if you want to put it in certain areas on your phone, so you'd be able to do so and make everything much more organized, and you'd be able to know exactly where your stuff are at and when you could use them and when not to. So you'd be able to figure out all that using the Solid Explorer, and it just makes things way easier, especially when you have a lot of things. And right now we've got basically most of our stuff on our mobile phones. And this is one of the great ones as well. It's the writer. You'd be able to write anything that you'd like to write, and you'd be able to change the font, the size, make it bold. So as though if you want to write essays for those people that love to write a lot, they'd be able to do so using their phones without having to have the fact that they need to use their laptops or computers in order to do it, because everything that they would need would be there for them, and it would make writing whatever they want to write much easier. And even taking notes as well, like to-do lists is also easy, but it's mostly done for people that would like to write, and writing, for example, like paragraphs and essays. So it just makes everything much easier.
Well, this is like Microsoft Office?
Yes, but
Well, you can
it's different.
write different long texts.
Yes, it's called monoscope writer, so you'd be able to write all those things. And this one right here, this application is really great because it is able to have all your different passwords all in one application, so you don't have to worry about forgetting your password for, like, let's say your Facebook account or your Instagram or your Snapchat, because you've got a lot of different social networking applications, and then you've got other things that you use, like for example your email. And nowadays we're not just using one email, we've got a work email, or email for ourselves to use with our friends and family. So there are a lot of passwords and we're supposed to change them. We shouldn't have the redundancy of having exact same password, and this is the best application for you to use. It's called In-Pass Password.
Pass,
yes.
Password.
So you'd be able to use it and you wouldn't have to worry about anyone hacking this application because it's got a very strong encryption as well.
Well, I think this is very interesting. With the last one, I think we really keep forgetting, changing, and sometimes keep forgetting those passwords and then change the password, few steps here and there. I think we have so much accounts with social media and others.
Yes, and even our emails and the different applications, even games sometimes, or even various things that we tend to use.
Even if you go to Amazon.com, they need your password and you need your account, and then just forgetting. Some people forget those passwords and they have to send them to themselves, and then just making it a little. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our dear viewers, let us move now to another part of the show, that is the books and novel. Please stay tuned after the break with a big smile and a positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the web collection show, that is the Good Read Books segment of the show, as usual, with Dr. Amna. Dr. Amna, the floor is yours.
Thank you again for having such opportunity. This is the time of segment to fly, actually. It is well known said that when you are reading, it's time to fly, to share your ideas, inquiries, fruits of ideas. And tonight, I would like to share with my viewers, especially those kids, and with their parents, some of the nice series from 2 series. So I'll go directly to my screen. As you can see here, you can see the content from 2 series. It's from iron to car, from flower to honey, from cotton to t-shirt, from tree to papers, and from milk to what is the favorite thing for our kids is the ice creams. So the first one is from iron to car. This book actually describes how iron turns into a brand new car. It follows each step in the production of the cycle, from digging up iron to hitting the road in this fantastic book. This book actually is considered to those kids between 4 to 7 years, preschools mainly, and they are helpful in even vocabulary. The second book is what is called From Cotton to T-shirt. Is actually does cotton turns into a soft T-shirt. It follows each step in the production of the cycle from growing cotton to wearing a T-shirt in this fantastic book. The third book in this series is From Flower to Honey. The honey, which is the thing that is, it might be the best, like to be considered, especially in treating many diseases. It is how honey is made, and honey starts and is gathered by the bees from flowers and put into the honeycombs and collected by beekeepers to sell to stores for people to eat. The fourth series from this books is From Tree to Papers. It describes how does a tree turn into a comic book or a magazine, following each step in the production of the cycle, from planting a tree to reading or writing on a paper. It is really fascinating, especially to educate kids about such manipulation. The last book is From Milk to Ice Cream. How does the milk turn to this nice ice cream? Each step in milking cows to eating a frozen like ice creams with this book to describe how is it done. Like the readers can learn about the cow eat and how they are milked, and then how the milk is pasteurized and safe drinking, and also explains how that is milk is made into a mix with added flavors to become an ice cream. And the book, by its content, contains tables with the steps and also visual clues and colorful photographs with vocabulary words at the end to define a glossary at the end of this book. This series are advisable for our kids to learn about what is like many things or the processes of many things that might face in their life, that just to tell them, don't go away, fly with the next week book with other series.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amna. Let us move now to another part of the show, that is the social media. Please stay tuned after the break with the biggest smile and the positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Web Collection show. I would like, of course, to tell you all about the social media, and this is the most important thing. I would like to show you perhaps a little bit of fun or funny picture. Let us go straight to what I have here. That is, you can see this. There are two frogs, you see, with their, I think, iPads. Can you see this nice picture?
Enjoying
this.
their iPads.
I think I like this picture very much.
And they seem as though they're maybe on Facebook because
yes, they are on Facebook. They are on Facebook. You see, they are very relaxed. One is raising their its leg. You see.
I think there is YouTube.
Yeah, well, I think this is very funny. I think that is the. There is some sort of course social media statistics here, there, but I would like to go straight to another one, which is really important for us, and this is Smart Insight. This is leading social networks worldwide of the April 2016, ranked by number of active users in millions. You see, this is
all around the world.
All around the world, and this is just the latest one. This is the April 2016. You can see here, Facebook is number one.
Yeah.
This is 1.59, almost 1.6 billion. Can you believe it? Believe it or not, WhatsApp is becoming ranking number 2.
Wow.
1 billion.
Who would have thought that?
Who would really? That's a good question. Who would thought this is going to be the second place? Facebook Messenger. Can you believe it? This is an application. This is an application in Facebook. Can you see? This is really reaching now 900 million people. Oh, a QQ. Wow. You can tell. You can say WeChat. Some 700 million. These are newcomers. Can you believe this? The QZone. And then Instagram, then Twitter, then I think.
And what is ranked in the bottom? Can we see?
There is a Skype. The Skype they call this 300. Viber. There is Line, also with the 200 million. You see, and there is a Snapchat, 200 million. Well, Snapchat in Kuwait is very
high, probably one of the highest.
Yes, Pinterest is 100 million. You see.
What about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is 100 million. Telegram is 100 million.
Maybe the professional ones are not used as frequently as the ones that are used for your friends and family and entertainment.
You see, Telegram tried to catch with WhatsApp, but it didn't make it. Because I think WhatsApp is more user-friendly than Telegram, and it entered the market before the Telegram. This is another point. But I think this is Snapchat 200 million, whereas Snapchat in Kuwait is very important.
And I think any of those applications or websites, the social media, if they have reached this chart, they truly did something very great as well, even though they're at the very bottom.
Yes. This is, of course, important. As you have said, this is Statistica. This is a very important source, this is worldwide recognized. You see, you can see here also You see, this
What
is
is this?
digital audience penetration versus engagement of leading social networks. This is the penetration, and this is, of course, the average monthly minutes per visitor. This is the minutes per visitor.
Yes, and we're seeing that most of them are gathered all together, and then Facebook is just
Facebook is just
heading.
heading.
Like,
Can you
yes.
see this? Can you see this?
It's just on the top.
On the top.
There's no
No match.
competition.
No competition. Just see this. This is the number of minutes per visitor. I think this is just shows you how strong. And this is the, of course, the age is 18 to 34.
Yes.
The percentage reach among the age of this, and I think this is going to show you where we are going and how the effect of this. Pinterest, for example, is G plus Google plus.
Yes.
It is the competition, but far away from Facebook.
Yes.
And I think in this we can see that a lot of Facebook dominates the social landscape. This is for sure. And I think this is the penetration percent who have accessed the application, 63% worldwide. And I think this is
Wow, that's more than half
yes,
of the total
yes.
population all around the world.
And you can see engagement. This is engagement. Average days accessed by monthly. This is also way, and this is 15%. And this
And
is
obviously it would differ from country to country, but this
exactly,
is
exactly,
the
exactly.
total and overall statistics we're seeing.
And you see the number of times accessed per days. All of this also shown here.
How many times?
This is here. It shows here the peak 8 times
8 times
for Facebook. Yeah,
Okay.
3 times for Facebook Messenger. Instagram 6 times. 5 for Twitter, and it shows here, but with the percentage lower
Yes.
number.
And how frequently it is
Yes.
used. Yes.
Well, it says here that is the percentage wise 20, 40, 60, of course.
That is a great study, and it would be even greater to know the reasons behind having Facebook always the number one, and there's just no competition with the other social media accounts.
Well, I
as
think
well.
this is just number one. I think on the top of the chart, that is Facebook. Anyway, our dear viewers, let us move now to another part of the show, that is innovation. Please stay tuned after the break with the biggest smile and the positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the Web Collection show. That is the kids part of the show. Let us go straight to Dr. Amna as usual. She is giving this or delivering this segment with good news and good applications.
Yes, it's actually time to have fun, especially in the summertime and before school time, with some of the nice, educational, and funny applications. Tonight I have 3 applications I can show you on my screen. I have 3 of the nice ones. The first one is the pirate, the second one is the tiny trees, and the third one is about the planet. So I'll go to the first one, which is the pirates. It is the pirate ship and the sail 7th seas to unlock the hidden treasures in the pirates, what is called as Kumamola. Throw your pirate hat and grab your swords, prepare to sail the 7 seas with these pirates. The kids with this application can have a pirate ship, as they can go into a journey through the waters, and then they are popping the bubbles to free fish or jamming with the Morocco wielding octopus. Kids are destined to have good times. This is the first application. Now the second application, called the tiny trees. As you can see here, it is a mission in the planet, and that kids can try to grow a tree in tiny trees. These tiny trees take the kids into a space and has them a planet into a tree. The kids can go through the process of planting seeds, adding sunlight, watering the trees, and fertilizing the trees, and playing music for the tree to let it grow. This application is actually important, or sometimes it is designed to encourage kids to plant trees and offers positive messages about interacting with the environment, to be it on Earth or even in space. My third application is about the planet. It is a highly interactive application that teaches children a bit about various animals and countries through experiential play. It is creative, fun, and even easy to play. As you can see here, it is full of funny surprises, a lot of animals and foreign lands to explore. Children can enjoy the fun sound effects and simple to use activities with each minigame. It is exciting, easy to use, and safe for little ones for all ages.
Thank you very much. Very interesting, Dr. Amna. I think this is very exciting for our kids. I hope our kids can do something about those games and those applications so that they can enhance their visualizations and their mental abilities. Our dear viewers, let us move now to another part of the show, that is the interview. Please stay tuned after the break with the big smile and the positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome to the Web Collection show. That is the interview part of the show. As usual, we always bring you the high caliber people who can present and deliver some useful information in their specialization. Tonight, we are having Dr. Mariam Arab, who is specialized in the disability, and she will be talking about herself in the beginning, and then we will go into the details. In the name of all our viewers, I would like to welcome our guest for tonight, Dr. Mariam. Dr. Mariam, how are you?
Good, thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot for being with us tonight. Can you first introduce yourself, your studies and your research?
Well, my specialize is on adapted physical education. It's a new science. It's a part of physical education or sports science.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a degree, master degree in adapted physical education. It's education for disability, and also I have PhD in movement studies and disabilities.
Movement studies and disability. What does that mean exactly?
So movements, every
movement
for disability.
Disability.
Yeah.
Just give us to start with the statistics, Dr. Mariam. How many people considered to be disabled in Kuwait?
Well, almost. I think it's not precise, the statistics, but I think it's 43,000.
43,000
individuals with disabilities. So it's really high.
This is very high considered with the population.
Yes.
And since you are specialized in the adapted, when you say adapted, Dr. Mariam, can you elaborate more on what do you mean by adapted PE?
So the definition of adapted physical education or physical activity, it's it's a program designed for disability. So when I said program, it's physical activity program. Skills or any games, it's adapted, changed to be suitable to disability people.
We would like to see one of the slides, please, if you may.
It's on the screen right now.
Let us see what you have in your screen, and this is just the starting slide. Let us go to the other one. What is this adapted? You just explained
this is the definition. The whole definition is a science of developing and implementing and monitoring carefully the program that's suitable for people with disabilities.
Okay, so there is a special physical activities and special programs for the disabled.
And how has that improved their their whole
life?
Generally, physical activity or any movement we do, it's really good and it's improve our quality of life. So when we move, there is not only physical aspect, there is also mentally aspect, and there is also social aspect, and there is also physiological aspect. So it's a whole thing. It's really not only for disability, for the all people. That we need to move, because our body is created to move, not to be sedentary and just stay for hours without any movement. Because especially for people with disability, they need to have any kind of movement so that improve their health. And not only their health, also the side effect that they have from the disability. So it's like a cure, it's a medication. And in Europe and America, it's a kind of medicine. It's a they call sport medicine, or it's a medication. It's everything.
And
it's
do
a
you feel
cure
it
people.
would be compensating for the actual medications if they actually know how to do the physical activity correctly?
Yes, exactly. We need to know how to implement this program. Not anyone can give any kind of activity or sport, and they tell them just to do it. Especially we have different kind of disability. We have MS and multiple sclerosis. It's a kind of disability. We can't tell them go and exercise because that's maybe harm them. There are special things to do to exercise.
Can you tell us, well then if you go to the other slide, Farah, so that we prepare it, I just want to ask you, our social way of life, how do you see it, Dr. Maryam, regarding to the disability and other diseases perhaps?
We know that Kuwait now ranking #1 in obesity and in activity and diabetes.
Is it?
Yeah,
number one.
Number one
in
obesity.
Obesity.
Before it was United States, but now we are competing with United States, and we are #1 now.
What a danger.
And in activity, we are I think #7. It's mean we don't do any movement. So this is we can measure the movement. And all the scientists saw that we are really, really in high rank, even in activity.
And how are they all linked together in a way?
So if you don't move, we don't move, do anything, the chances will be really high in getting really sick. Like we get hypertension, all the new diseases, overweight and these things, then that will be diabetes. It's linked to inactivity. Not I'm saying that, the research is saying that.
Yes.
It's a parallel. If you don't move, you don't have any form of movement, there is high chance to get diabetes. And also inactivity. Inactivity it's correlated with the diabetes and obesity.
What are one of the main reasons behind that? And why are we seeing this here in Kuwait?
Yeah, I will talk about my research and my PhD dissertation. I took a sample from Kuwait, and I saw the people with disability and without disability, and I compared them. Yeah, I compared them, and I saw that people with disability really, really low. They have really low activity. Compared to people with disability, even though people with disability in Kuwait they have really low activity, physical activity.
So the people that don't have disabilities have the exact same rate.
Not the same, but lower. The people with disability lower. Lower than it's especially when I looked precise on women with disability, they have really lower.
Can we move to another slide?
Yes,
this is the one on the screen. What is this?
Here, the importance of physical activity.
You just mentioned this one.
Yeah, I talked about it. Why it's important. Why we need to move for prevent lots of diseases like diabetes, like hypertension, like heart
and what
disease.
about the barriers as well?
Yeah, even in my research, I saw lots of barriers toward exercise. Like we don't have the awareness of why we need to move. Especially people with disability, they don't have this awareness and education, and we need to educate them why you have to get exercise. It's like a medicine for you. And the second thing is the weather. The weather here is very hot in Kuwait, so they
put people off.
But that's not an excuse, because you could do indoor activities.
Exactly, but we don't have any indoor activity for people with disability. We don't have fitness clubs for them. It's only one fitness club in Hawali, I think, and they don't take also the kids.
All the times,
they take from 12 and up, and only physical activity, which is whereas the other physical, mental and deaf and other.
Can we say how important the technology on this, the role of technology affects on being in activity?
Yeah, one of the factor is the technology. We stay on the computer or any form of technology for hours.
Yes.
And that affects really not only people with disabilities, all kind of people, because it's really harmful. There is a study said if you stay like 4 to 6 hours, it's really harmful. You have to move every 20 hours when you are sitting. Research study said you have to need to move, because when you stay, you're telling your cells to be inactive and lazy. So that doubled the cells, and that's what we see fat cells doubled. Yeah, doubled.
So also, what is the role of parents in this subject?
We need, parents who need to be really role model. They have to move instead, kids want to move and like the movement and exercise. Many studies said if the parents are active, physically active, automatically kids will be active. If you see parents are not active, they leading sedentary life, it automatically will be the kids also sedentary life. So that's the connection. And we see in Kuwait, unfortunately, in the weekend, we see all the families, what are they doing? They just eating and gathering and shopping, and that's it. No exercise at all. And really, that really affects. That's why I have this idea about measuring, the footstep. How many steps you take in a weekday and in the weekend, and then compare it.
Yes.
What do you mean the footstep? You mean how many steps?
There is a lot of research, not here. This is my research, maybe the first study in this kind. And we use the pedometer that we put it in the waist, and it's a measure and counting the steps you take in a day. Like you need to take 10,000 steps in a day.
Is it?
Yes.
How
to
many?
be active.
10 or 10,000?
10,000.
10,000 or 100 perhaps?
10,000. So it's really scary, because many I did like a pilot study, and I saw nothing. People with disability, they don't even take 5,000 steps in a day.
And that's not even reaching 50%
No.
of the average of what they're
which
supposed
is
to
really
have.
unfortunate.
The healthy
for them.
people don't walk
Exactly.
10,000, let alone the disabled.
Exactly, the healthy.
Don't
take
go for this.
Yeah.
So it is more or less, it is the basis. It is a must almost for those healthy people or the disabled to think, consider such steps measurements.
Yes, and now our smartphone.
There is a measurement.
There is a measurement. You can use it, and you can put it in your pocket or anywhere, or even in your bag, and you just walk.
There is a
you'll
mobile
see.
application we talked on this
Yeah,
show.
there are, yes,
It's
there
called
are.
Pacer, where
Yes.
you'd be able to track your footsteps.
Yeah,
as
and that
well.
give you motivation when you go at night or you take a look of how many steps you take. It's horribly, like many people like, oh my God, I just take maybe 1,500, and this is nothing. It's like a dead. This is dead.
Really, you
Yeah.
are frightening us, frightening him. Just take 10,000 steps, and I think this is very important for our life. Is there a time schedule for such thing? I mean, better or best time for exercises, walking? Is this walking, you think, will keep the person in good shape and good health?
Yes, walking continuously.
Continuously.
It's like when you walk 20 minutes after, this is a study, if you walk 20 minutes continuously, you will see the improvement of your mood, and even if you have a headache, it will be gone. Yeah, it's really good. You have to continuous after 20 minutes until 30. This is minimum. 30
minutes is
minimum.
fair.
Yeah, it's fair enough. This is maintaining the weight, but if you want to take off some weights of you, you have to take more
1
than
hour,
30.
yes.
1 hour, 45 minutes, and it's not like light walking. No, you have to, intensely, and you have to feel your breath.
Yes,
You
and
can
the
take
sweating
your breath
also.
and sweating. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, and your heartbeat must be high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doctor, one of your slides says dance and movement therapy. Can you tell us more about that?
This is very interesting. I took intensive training in Los Angeles with the instructor in movement and dance therapy, and they conducted for autistic kids and people with mental disability, and they saw there is a connection between movement with the music, and of course they watching themselves. There is a mirror, and when you move and you do crossing things, crossing dance, that will activate the brain and the kids with disability. And it's really new thing in US. They use it for to lessen the symptoms of autistic people. Yeah.
I think this is very important studies, very important findings, Dr. Mariam. I think there are a lot of important information we need to take care. Thank you for being with us for us tonight.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot for the information, the useful information. Perhaps I will take a decision for tonight and later on to have some good advices. Listen and obey those advices and practice them. Thank you very much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Our dear viewers, let us move now to another part of the show. After the break, please stay tuned with the positive energy and the big smile. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the gadgets part of the web collection show. Let us go straight to what I have on the monitor. Wearable sweat sensors could track your health, of course. Blood tests allow doctors to peer into the human body to analyze people's health. Of course, these are the few things which we are having here, are just giving the measurements of the body and for the doctors to know what's going on about this person. We have also voice stick. This is like a scanner. This cool new gadget is portable scanning device that reads a printed text and converts it into a voice. The voice stick can read any written documents such as newspapers, books, and emails. This is the gold medal winner at the International Design Excellence Award for new inventions. This is a very interesting one. Vibrations relieve pain. Oh, this is like a small surgeon has invented a cool new gadget for relieving the pain, commonly known as the tennis elbow. This is something very interesting. I think this is could be very helpful for the doctors, and I think this device is known as Tennessee. Stimulates blood flow to an affected area, which stop pain and promotes healing. I think this is going to be very interesting. So very fast, I would like to finish here and let us move now to another part of the show, that is poem. Please stay tuned after the break with the big smile and the positive energy. Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome again to the web collection show. That is the poem part of the show, which I very much like. Anyway, let us go straight to Farah to tell us all about the poems. Farah, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'll start off with a poem for tonight. And as you can see on the screen here, the title of our poem for tonight will be The Long Small Room. And it's a poem by Edward Thomas. The long small room that showed willows in the west narrowed up to the end of the fireplace, filled, although not wide. I liked it. No one guessed what need or accident made them so build. Only the moon, the mouse, and the sparrow peeped in from the ivy round the casement thick. Of all they saw and heard, there they shall keep the tale for the old ivy and older brick. When I look back, I'm like moon, sparrow, and mouse that witnessed what they could never understand or alter or prevent in the dark house. One thing remains the same. This is my right hand, crawling crab-like over the clean white page, resting a while each morning on the pillow, then once more starting to crawl on towards age. The 100 last leaves stream upon the willow. And there you go, that is the long, small broom.
Very nice.
It's
Thank
so
you very
nice.
much. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much. Farah, that's very interesting one. Let us move now to the last part of the show, that is the wisdom, quotes and wisdom. Please stay tuned after the break with a big smile and a positive energy. Hello, dear viewers. This is the last segment of the show. Let us go straight to Dr. Amna to tell us all about the quotes and wisdoms. Dr. Amna, the floor is yours.
Thank you. It's time to have some challenges with the last segment of this show. It's about the quotes and wisdom. I'll show you the first one on my slides. It says that the most dangerous risk of all, the risk of spending your life not doing what you want, on the bet you can buy yourself the freedom to do it later. Everyone you meet is afraid of something, loves something, and has lost something. Talk with your mind before you talk with your tongue.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, very important nowadays.
Talk with mine.
Where there is no struggle, there is no strength.
Yes, that is quite true.
Very true.
Now, the other true thing is every new breath that Allah allows you to take is not just a blessing, but also a responsibility.
Yes.
Exactly, this is very true also.
Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone. So try to do your homeworks as soon as possible. My last slide is, if you don't stick to your values when they are being tested, they are not values, they are hobbies.
That's very true. I think this is very interesting one, when you don't stick to your values, or they are hobbies, not values, is it?
Yes.
And this is very true. And also think of before saying or before talking.
Yes.
I think we make a lot of mistakes when we do.
Definitely, and I think if we just rethink what we're supposed to say in the beginning, we'd avoid a lot of misunderstandings.
Exactly. But sometimes we just rush into speaking without just give ourselves a little bit of rest to think and then to talk. Whenever we want to talk, let us just do another test for what we want to say. Then perhaps we minimize our mistakes or the words, and then this will put us on the safe side, at least for the time being. That is very important, because sometimes some people just misunderstand what you want to say because you have said it in a hurry or in a fashion that they might interpret as something you meant against what their wishes or their willings. Anyway, I would like to thank everybody here on the team. Thank you very much, Dr. Amna, for tonight's segments you have presented. And I would like to thank also Engineer Farah. Thank you very much for everything you have presented for us. Our dear viewers, until we see you next week, I would like to thank, of course, everybody here in the studio and in the control room. Until we see you next week, have a good night and take care of yourself, as usual, with the biggest smile and the positive energy. Bye-bye.